Well, the Herm Edwards era has officially begun at Arizona State, and it absolutely started with a bang, a 49-7 victory over UTSA. Hello, everyone. Scotty Gange alongside editor of House of Sparky, Brady, Vernon. And Brady, the season started hot, but tonight's game started even hotter. 14 points in the first 2 minutes. What happened?
Well, the offense got it started as N'Keal Harry took a 3rd and 3 screen pass that looked like it was going to be swallowed up by the road runners for a 58-yard touchdown, because that's just what N'Keal Harry does. Then on the defense, second play of the UTSA's first drive, Shannon Foreman, the defensive lineman, drops in the coverage. The inexperienced UTSA quarterback never sees him. Big man gets a pick six. ASU's up 14-0 within 2 minutes. Can't start any better for Herm Edwards.
Yeah, big play on offense and on defense. We're going to touch on the defense later, but N'Keal Harry, of course, as we all could have guessed, 2 big plays. That touchdown, he had a touchdown later in the game. I think it was the 3rd quarter. But it wasn't just N'Keal tonight. It was also Manny and a couple other additions to the offense that really brought it to the table. What did the offense show tonight that surprised you?
Obviously, N'Keal's 160 yards for 2 touchdowns stands out. Manny has 4 passing touchdowns. But, Benjamin's first start at running back, 160 yards on the ground, touchdown on the ground, 1 through the air. Isaiah Floyd comes in the second half, gets a couple carries for around 80 yards. The other wide receivers, Frank Darby has a nice catch on the boundary on 4th and 3 that set up the rushing touchdown for Benjamin. Cal Williams gets a catch for 20 yards. We actually don't even see Brandon Ayuk, who's been starting all fall practice. So there's a lot of weapons on this ASU offense. We haven't seen everything.
Yeah, you talk about weapons, some of them being new. Benjamin, his first start tonight for Arizona State in his career at ASU. But on the defense, that was the big story. 7 Sun Devils had their first career start tonight. What did the defense do so well in just giving up 7 points?
Well, obviously the 7-point standout in Danny Gonzalez's first game as coordinator. But also they've only allowed 2 net rushing yards on an average free carry of .01, which is absolutely unheard of. Add in 2 turnovers that lead to ASU points. They get 9 sacks, which is like the first time since 2015, I believe. So it was very, very good performance for an experienced defensive front that a lot of people worried about.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that comes out there, I think, is 9 sacks for the defense tonight. And Manny Wilkins got sacked 0 times. And in his post-game press conference, he said that he thinks it was the first time ever at Sun Devil Stadium that he was never hit to the ground, at least in the form of a sack. What does the offensive line bring to Manny and the entire offense as a whole?
Well, adding Casey Tucker at left tackle helps the graduate transfer from Stanford. Cole Cabral has moved to his more natural position at center. The right side of the line comes back for another year with Quentin Bailey and Stephen Miller. And when that's working well, Manny has time, you see things happen for N'Keal. It happens for the offense. Benjamin goes for 160 yards. So everything starts in the trenches. That's why the offense performs so well. So 49 points, don't have Manny get sacked, opens up more lanes for, in the running game.
Yeah, lots of pluses to the game today and lots of shining moments from the offensive line, N'Keal Harry, and the defense as a whole. But there was also some things that went wrong, especially penalties. And with Michigan State coming to Tempe next week, what's the biggest thing that the Sun Devils have to work on to hopefully beat the number 11 team in the country next week?
Most of the penalties tonight seem to be more about focus and just not knowing exactly what to do. Focus happens in the blowout game. Like, you lose focus, you're going to win. They're up 35-0 at one point, yada, yada, yada. But when a bigger team like Michigan State comes in, you can't lose that focus, or they're going to take advantage of it, make those penalties go against you, hurt you in the butt. They're going to score off of them. Because ASU got lucky, turned some turnovers, there were some sacks, big plays that ended those big penalties for 15 yards. And then there's a certain situation like Jalen Harvey playing his first game at safety. UTSA quarterback slides, hits him in the head, gets called for targeting, disqualified. Well, it's also his first game on defense. He doesn't know that situation. So the more experience he gets, the more focus they put in it, less penalties. And if they're going to beat Michigan State here, you have to win the penalty yard game. You have to win the turnover game. So all that has to go ASU's way if they want an upset Spartans.
Yeah, lots of solid moments tonight for the rather inexperienced Sun Devil squad. But until the Spartans come next week for one more time, Brady, Vernon, Scotty Gange, thanks for joining us on the House of Sparky post-game show. The Herm Edwards era officially 1-0.